Well, good morning YouTubers and welcome to Luxury Tech and Travel. This channel is all about luxury travel destinations, amazing hotels, the very best travel advice and super cool technology. So if that's the sort of thing that interests you, please consider subscribing to the channel. In today's video, what I want to do is start from the very beginning. I want to talk to you about visas. I want to talk to you about medication that you may well need, any injections that you may need. I'm going to guide you through the airport process. I'm going to guide you through immigration. I'm going to take you through to collecting your taxi, all the way through to checking into your hotel, and that's coming up right now. So let's start off with visas. Thailand offers 45 countries around the world a 30-day visa on arrival. So simply you would arrive at immigration and the customs department will put a 30-day stamp in your visa. Now regarding visas, what I would suggest you do is to look on the Thai consulate website for your particular country, just to make sure that you do actually qualify for that 30-day visa on arrival. There are some countries that will only get 15 days on arrival, and of course there are other countries that you may have to apply for a visa in advance. If you're one of those countries, one of those 45 countries that gets the 30-day on arrival, that will give you 30 days in Thailand. You can stay longer and you can go to a local immigration office and extend. However, I won't go into too much detail around that in this video because I could actually make a whole video on visas. My only advice would be really is if you're considering staying longer than that 30 days is to maybe apply for a 60-day tourist visa at the Thai consulate in your own country. As far as vaccinations are concerned, unless you're trekking and you're in the far north, I very much doubt that you will need to have any vaccinations. But again, best to check with your doctor. My experiences in the first time that I actually visited was that I tended to just go for tetanus and malaria. And I think hepatitis A were the three that I had back in the UK before I made my first ever trip to Thailand. But something like this is quite serious, it's medical related, so my advice would be to check with your local doctor and he will recommend or she will recommend the best course of vaccinations for your particular trip. Okay, so your flights are booked, your vaccinations are done, your visa situation is completely confirmed, and you're now on the aeroplane. A very important thing to remember when you're actually on the aeroplane is that you'll have an entry card that you'll have to complete, and that's called a TM6. And my advice is to make sure that you fill it out on the aeroplane. It's very important because you won't be able to actually go through passport control without this TM6 form completed. A very simple form, name and address, date of birth, and an address of where you're staying. Now obviously if you're staying in a hotel and you're staying at the Visit Thailand in Koh Samui, then the Visit Thailand Koh Samui would be more than sufficient. You don't have to give the full postal address, but my advice is do whatever you can to make sure, even if you don't see the airline giving those TM6 forms out, ask for the TM6 Entry Card. So you've now landed and you've now got to make your way through to the immigration passport control. Now depending on what gate that you will arrive at, you'll have anything between 100 to 150 metre walk, and it's very simple, just look out for the blue immigration signs. Now this is where I should be able to save you some time. What a lot of people don't realise is there's a number of immigration areas, and what people tend to do is they'll walk along and the first one that they see, everyone follows, and trust me, that first area is absolutely jam-packed full of people no matter what time of the day that you arrive. But there is a second immigration area, and what you'll do, you'll notice that there's a signs for visa on arrival, and what you should do, in my opinion, is avoid that first immigration checkpoint on your left hand side and keep making your way through to visa on arrival. and you'll walk approximately another 50 meters, and all of a sudden you will see another immigration point. And as soon as you walk in there, you'll be shocked. 30 people at the very maximum every time I've walked through. And that's actually the same place as fast track visa immigration, whereby if you're flying business class or first class, you will have a priority fast track area that will whiz you through in a matter of minutes. So just as a recap, you'll walk approximately 150 to 200 meters. You'll see the blue signs for immigration, but avoid that first one if you can, and keep walking towards the visa on arrival, and you will come across another immigration area that's far, far quieter. Now, one of the things that's new in Thailand in 2017 at immigration is that there's been a small problem in Thailand with backpackers and people like that have been begging on the streets, and the Thai government haven't been particularly happy about it. So depending on what country you're from, you may be required to show that you have sufficient funds to fund your trip whilst you're in Thailand. Now, obviously you can show credit cards. However, my advice would be, and I've read on this online and I'm aware that this has happened to some people, is to have approximately 20,000 baht in cash on you, just so that you can show that you can actually fund your trip. And another important thing, that this hasn't come in yet, but depending on when you watch this video, it may well have done so. But another thing surrounds health insurance or travel insurance. And a number of people have come to Thailand, had accidents, that type of thing, don't have no travel insurance. And the Thai government, again, are clamping down on this. So it may be when you go through immigration, not only will they want to see your passport, not only will they want to see your TM card that we mentioned earlier, but they may want to see a travel insurance certificate as well as the 20,000 baht. Now that you're through immigration and hopefully you've decided that you're going to take the area that I've said and you've got through in a matter of minutes rather than 45 minutes to an hour, it's time to collect your bags. And it's very, very simple. Literally, as you walk through immigration and you've had your visa put in your passport and they've allowed you to enter, you're immediately at the bag collection area. After collecting your bags, it's as simple as going through the nothing to declare or goods declare station. And from there, you're in the arrivals hall. Once you're in the arrivals hall, it's very simple. In this area, there's lots of shops. There's also taxi areas. And my advice is, if you haven't booked a taxi at this point, book a taxi from one of the vendors there. Yes, it's going to be a little bit more expensive, but after a long flight to Thailand, why not have something a little bit easier? Book a taxi for maybe 2,000 baht if you're going into Pattaya, 2,500 baht maybe into Pattaya. If you're going into Bangkok, anything between 1,200 baht and 1,500 baht. And my personal experience of this is that it's simple, it's easy. Yes, it's a little bit expensive, but as I say, after being on a flight for so long, do you really want to be walking around the airport, walking outside the airport in extreme heats to try and find a metered taxi? If you've decided to book a taxi with your hotel, then what you'll do is you'll keep walking as you come through nothing to declare area. You're going to turn right and you're just going to keep walking, and you'll see the signs for pickup point, meeting point. Checking into your hotel is a normal procedure in Thailand as it would be anywhere else in the world. They will wish to see your passport and they will take a copy of your passport, because all hotels, guest houses, that type of thing are required to register all their guests that they have in their hotel or their property. So therefore they will take photocopies of all your parties' passports. They will keep them on record. And another thing to consider as well, depending on what hotel you stay in, what the hotel may want to do is see a credit card, ask to swipe the credit card, and what they may do is block out some money to cover any expenses that you may have whilst you're staying in the hotel. Now, don't be alarmed by this, but a lot of the 4-star hotels, the 5-star hotels will say, well, look, you're here for 7 nights. We'd like to block out 7,000 baht in the event of you using the minibar or any of the restaurants. That money is not taken from your credit card until you check out and pay your final bill, but it's a way of giving the hotel security, really. So don't be alarmed by that. Now, that's not a practice with every hotel. The passports will be, but the credit card issue, they may just want to see a copy of the credit card. So guys, that is episode 1. We've covered in this first video your visas, your vaccinations, your TM card, how to enter Thailand, how to go through immigration, how to move yourself through the arrivals hall, pick up your taxi and check into your hotel. So that's our first video of the series. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you are thinking about travelling to Thailand, feel free to leave your comments below and I'll do my best to answer any of the questions that you may have. And as I say, if you've enjoyed the video, I'd really appreciate you thinking about subscribing to the channel. Hit the bell notification and you won't miss any more of the videos that we'll be putting together in this series. Again, many thanks for watching. More videos coming very shortly, and see you soon.